Hi, I'm Michi, and welcome to Daily Reflections. Previously, we opened up the topic about public speaking, and this time we'll have a look on the first basics that I think are important in that area. So, when it comes to public speaking, there are mainly four pillars, which are planning, preparation, practicing, and presenting or delivering. And it's much like with any other project. You don't just go out there and do it. You sit down, you plan ahead, you prepare your stuff in detail, then you reiterate, and then you deliver it. And it's the same for any other talk. One line that mostly visualize it, or one that I very much like in that relation, is about improv. It's said that the best improv talk is the one that has been delivered 100 times. And that very same idea holds true to your talks as well. Let's have a look at the planning. Because if we usually talk about public speaking, then all we have in mind is that end result. We see that very good, famous talker on the TED stage, and he or she is delivering that super slick talk about his or her topic. But the main work, the main effort goes into other areas. It's not the delivery. It really starts with the planning. So before you either decide to do a public talk or you get the assignment to present something, the first thing is to sit down and plan it thoroughly. There are certain structures you can follow. There are certain variations of how you structure your talk, what should go into it. So you get in the planning stage to that outline that very later on will become your talk that you're going to deliver. And once you have that first outline, that first idea, you'll probably do some research as well at that stage. You move into the preparation stage. It doesn't mean that you have to like write out your talk sentence by sentence, and I would also not recommend it, but at least you should have a good idea and understanding on what you will talk about and what stuff is out of scope for that talk. Because if you start digging into a topic after time, the more research you do, the more you read up on it, the more you think about it, it will get bigger and bigger. And usually you have a certain time limit, might be 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour, but there's never enough time to put everything into it. So during the preparation stage, you're really outlining in more detail what you're going to talk about and what you're not going to talk about. And also, you're already highlighting certain anecdotes or certain specific ideas that are important for you in that talk, and you get a more detailed structure. Once you have that, by the way, it can also be like iterative. From the preparation, you go back to the outline, you change some things because you get more and better comprehensive understanding of the topic, and then you move back to preparation. And that's really where probably 50% of your effort will go into. Once you have that outline, you have those details, the body of your work, then you move next to practicing. And practicing really means either in front of your friends. Nobody really does that. But if that's not the case, than in front of the mirror or in front of a camera, and you deliver it. It's like a better release. It's like the practicing stage, as we do it for theatrical um, compositions as well. You practice, you try to deliver. Best case, you take a recording of it so you can afterwards watch it, see what's working well, what has to be improved. But most importantly, you get into a routine of frequently rehearsing your talk and make it more natural talking about it. And that practicing probably will consume another 30 to 40% of your efforts when we have a look on public speaking and what it takes in general. And then, really, the last stage is delivery. At that point, there's nothing you can really do anymore, because, but also in a good way, because you already planned it, you prepared it, you practice it, and now you have everything you need. You already know how it will feel. You already know how it will look like, and you know how probably your audience will perceive it because you've seen it as well. You did the recordings, you reviewed it, and then it's just about delivering. At that point, everything is set in stone. And of course, delivering a public talk doesn't always yield the same results. Your audience may be different, you're in a bad mood, or I don't know, maybe you're a bit of sick, and that influences the delivery. But in general, once you're at the delivery stage, you've done your job. As long as you've invested enough time and energy in the planning, the preparation, and the practicing. And now, most importantly, the more often you do that, the more regularly you plan your talks, you prepare them, and especially practice them, the better you'll get at it, the more natural it feel, and the more comfortable you'll feel doing it. As a summary, when it comes to public talking, basics, do the work, and the work splits into the planning, the preparation, the practicing, and the delivery. What we usually see is just the delivery, but it's really all those other steps that make a good talk. Next time you do a talk, try it out and see how it feels, and especially how it feels in comparison to if you don't do it. It was my pleasure. See you next time with more basics around public speaking, and take care.